for
You
sure.
were mentioning earlier, like running barefoot. Are you actually running barefoot, or are you running in barefoot shoes?
I actually run barefoot
Oh, on what? Like
on the pavement.
on the pavement?
Yeah.
You are risky.
Damn.
Monster.
Well, you did say that now the skin on the bottom of your feet is just like
Yeah.
hulkish, right? That's
Yeah.
wild. How long have you been doing that?
For about a year and a half. But of course, I live in Iowa, so the time that I can do that is, like 6 months or less a year. Cannot do it year round. But I started that way for the purposes of gait training, because you can't run poorly if you're barefoot on concrete. That ground is going to teach you if you're landing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do really short distances, and it was because I didn't feel confident. I wasn't a runner before, and after my whole thing with not even being able to walk, it was like, I don't even know how to run. So being in shoes it was like blinding my nerves. I felt like I wasn't as confident. So I was like, I'm just going to try it barefoot. And I liked it so much. So I just slowly increased the time and never really stopped.
Do you have a route that's like not that hard to run on, or is it just you're in your neighborhood? Or
Yeah, my neighborhood is fortunately I don't have to worry about too much crap on the actual pavement. I tend to avoid the grass just because of dog shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I would sometimes want to run on the grass, but I'm a little nervous too. But trail running too is something that I've been wanting to get into, barefoot, which is feels a little bit like next level because of the ankle, all that.
Aren't there like little rocks on trails too though?
Yeah.
And when you say barefoot, you mean barefoot, no socks, no barefoot shoes. Whoa,
Barefoot.
yeah, there's all kinds of there's all kinds of shit
wild,
on a
man.
trail.
Yo.
I'm just thinking, even when I was running the other day and I was in my Vibrams, just the road that I was on it's just pretty beat up. It's like it was near the ocean, and it's just like the ground is just jacked up, and there's a lot of little pebbles, like gravel on there. So I'm running and I'm like, ow, 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 the whole time.
There's like pebbles, and then now because it's been so dry, branches that are shards, and they're just super sharp. And I was like, oh, that would suck to take one to the foot. That shit concerns me.
But that kind of and you said you've been experimenting with this for the past year or a little longer.
Well, so I've been barefoot walking, which, walk before you run, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I've been barefoot walking for now 6 years.
Okay, walking.
And so the running has been more for just a year and a half.
Really feeling very inferior over here.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you guys feeling that?
Oh, good.
But
Because,
this is exciting.
Nsima and his hand things over there, they're intimidating me.
No, but this is actually really exciting. The fact that you're out there on concrete running barefoot and on trails, and your feet are doing just fine. I found it kind of surprising how kind of easy it was to run in this. I'll run on concrete with this, and then there's we have rocky trails around the area too, and I'll run.
What's that shoe called again?
These are Earth Runners. I really want to. These are really good. I really dig these as barefoot sandals. She on Anya's website, she has a whole list of the best barefoot sandals, and I think those were number 1 and these were number 2. So I'm really interested in trying the Shamas, but these zero ones, they're these are Andrews. But it's really cool that you can actually run in those sandals. I those are my daily driver. I've been using these all the time.
Jumping rope and everything.
I jump rope. I can run in them.
Yeah.
And I guess the next step is just doing it with nothing on the bottom of my feet.
Look at this flex though.
Dang.
Yo, dude.
Is there an issue with socks sometimes as well?
Yeah, good question. I get that question a lot. So there are toe socks, which everybody loves toe socks, right?
Yeah, I got some.
I avoided them for a long time. I was like, I'm just not going to wear socks because I'm not wearing those toe socks.
They're just too ugly for you?
Yeah, I know. It's surprising. Too ugly for me when, But finally, it was wintertime, and I just could not I just couldn't keep the regular quote unquote regular socks on. They're symmetrical.
Yeah.
They're shaped kind of like shoes are. I would put those on and then take them off. I just couldn't do it. So I finally got some toe socks, and fortunately they are not all like rainbow colored like I grew up with. They've got plain solid colored ones, and you can wear them with your dress shoes and whatnot. And I also experimented with things like leg warmers. So it's basically like a sock, but with the top cut off.
Those look funny. It's like, oh, okay.
But the point is you have some warmth. Well, for me at least, it's usually warmth. Sometimes it's for like protection from blisters from the shoe, or if people don't want to get their shoes stinky.
Power Project family, how's it going? Now on this podcast, Mark, Andrew, and I, we talk about fasting a lot. We talk about the ketogenic diet and a lot of different types of diets, but Bubs Naturals has a product. They have the collagen protein, which is amazing. They have these apple cider vinegar gummies, which are like crack, but they have
they have these
MCT oil powder packets that I've never used to do this, but in the morning I'll wake up and I'll put it in coffee, and the smoothness, number one, in terms of the mixing is amazing, but the consistency of my energy through the day because of the MCT oil powder is peak. Andrew, how's your experience with it?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. It's like the best way to start the day. You're satiated, you're energized, and you're just ready to crush the day. So if you guys want to get in on this MCT oil powder, head over to bubsnaturals.com, and at checkout, enter promo code PowerProject to save 20% off your entire order. Again, Bubs Naturals, promo code PowerProject to save 20% off. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes.
So toe socks for sure are great. Leg warmers are another good option. And then they have anatomical socks, a few, that have a left and a right. So they've got a foot shape to them with the right, big toe and the left big toe, so that they're not squishing them together. I still prefer the toe socks because when you put your foot in a shoe, it kind of pulls on the sock a little bit. And I find that still restricts my toes. So toe socks is just kind of my preference, or no socks. I wear a lot of my shoes barefoot.
Why do we need socks? Isn't it weird?
Smell my Earth Runners.
I know it's
for it.
It's a weird thing, though. Like it's just strange.
It's like tank tops too, right? Like sometimes you can get really ripe just wearing a tank top, but a shirt, you're okay.
Yeah, because you need like something to filter it all out, I guess.
But how do you handle it wearing? Because you said you don't wear socks sometimes, right?
Most of the time,
so
I don't wear socks.
Do you just not have like sweaty feet?
Because I think you get used to it. Because I can go without socks sometimes too, and it's not a huge problem. Depends on the shoe.
Depends on the shoe.
My feet sweat, but I don't normally get stinky shoes. I will wash them though if they get kind of rank, and my kids' shoes do. So I will wash their shoes.
Just in the washer? Washer dryer?
Yeah. Some shoes maybe not, like if they're nicer and I want them to not change shape at all. But I wash a lot of shoes that get dirty because, they're shoes. They're shoes. Like they're on the ground. Like, like they're not going to stay perfect and pristine. And washing them has worked out pretty well for me. I do believe that healthier feet are less prone to bacteria, but I don't think that that's a rule. I think that some people just are more prone to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of sweat glands in your feet, right? And so your feet get sweaty.
And some shoes are less breathable. So if you wear those, like Vivos, I love the brand, but some of those sneakers, they make my kids' feet smell so bad.
You mean the casual ones, right?
They're not.
The weather resistant ones can get pretty enclosed.
The ones that are recycled plastic.
Oh, really?
They're pretty sweaty.
Yeah. So Power Project family, I hope you enjoyed this clip. We are on Discord and Reddit. We're trying to talk to you guys and build a community down there. So the links are in the bio. But remember, like, comment, subscribe, share this out with people so you can share the wealth of health. As cheesy as that fucking sounds. Peace.